New visitor to WSKI, and it is the new vet in town, Deidre. We are happy to have you with us this morning.
Thank you so
Thanks
much for
being
having
with us.
me. Thank you.
And kind of new to town too.
Yes.
And you were just sharing with us that you are one of the people who came up here for mountain biking.
That's right.
We've been pretty stoked that there's been the growth and development of mountain biking in the summertime here in the past few years in Carrabassett. It makes a big difference to those of us who live here year round.
Yeah,
so
it's
to have
been a
somebody
blast.
here who's actually like, well, I came here for the mountain biking. It's
Right.
like, what?
Yeah, we love the skiing too, but mostly the mountain biking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it brought
Cool.
us up here. So we just absolutely love it. The trails are unbelievable.
Good
So,
for you.
Yeah.
And here's to many more, huh?
Yes, absolutely.
And it's great because you can mountain bike pretty much up until it's ski time.
Yes.
So that's the best of both
and there's
worlds,
fat
isn't
biking
it?
too during the winter. That's
Right.
hopefully going to be opening up soon. So
Cool.
yeah.
So you come from Cumberland County.
That's right.
You
Yeah.
are a veterinarian.
Yes. Yeah.
Why did you want to come here, and what have you brought as your services?
Yeah. So my family and I moved here in May, and the reason we moved here was basically we just love the mountains, and we knew we have 3 little kids, and we knew it was either, come up here before the kids get into school or after they graduate, and we just decided let's go for it and move up here before they get into school. So we moved up here, and I had a practice. It was a house call practice in Freeport area. And I found a wonderful veterinarian to continue it there. And my family and I moved up here, and I started a branch up here. So I'm going around to people's homes and taking care of their dogs and cats. So it's been wonderful.
I'm guessing that you're finding there's a niche up here for you.
There is. There aren't very many veterinarians around this area that are open on a constant basis. So it's really helpful for people, I think, for me to come to them rather than have them have to go to Farmington or to, another place that kind of take up the day bringing your animal to the vet. So it's been really convenient for a lot of people.
Is this kind of a new wave going back to the house call kind of mentality?
I think so. That's what I kind of think about it. I mean, we do modern veterinary medicine, but it's with the benefit of sort of that old-fashioned house call, intimate relationship that you have. And it's been really great getting to know the people in their homes. It's just everybody's so much more comfortable, both the people as well as the animals. So it's really nice to kind of see the animals in their home environment, for sure.
There probably aren't a lot of pets that willingly jump in the car when you say, let's go to the vets. Let's face it.
Not very many.
Yeah.
That is true. And that's why I started this, is because I was in general practice working in a brick and mortar, I call it a brick and mortar practice, and just the stress levels of all involved was just, really there. So I really wanted to try to find something.
How can you take a dog's blood pressure when you know they're stressed out in your office already?
Yeah, you do have to take that into account, for sure.
Right. So that's really cool. Just a few
Yeah.
months that you've been going,
Yeah.
and you are finding that there's a lot of pet owners around here, no doubt.
There absolutely are. I mean, you're in the mountains, you're going to have some animals here and there, so it's been wonderful. We basically do all kinds of things. We do wellness services, so things like vaccines and all of that. Any lab work we can do as well. And then there's sick visits, like the ear infection or, diarrhea or something like that. And then we also do a lot of hospice care. So if an animal has a diagnosis that's going to be terminal, we can basically make their time left here as comfortable as possible. So that I've done a lot of that. And then also euthanasia. So when it does become that time, it's a really nice, low stress way of having that happen.
I can imagine that would be a better way to handle what's an awful event, but
Exactly.
unfortunately it's part of pet ownership, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
They don't live as long as us.
No.
Which is too bad, but yeah.
Why did you get into wanting to become a veterinarian to begin with?
I have always loved animals my whole life. I've wanted to be a veterinarian my whole life. In college, I actually ended up getting away from it, and I became an engineer. And after being an engineer for a while, I just was like, you know what? I really want to be a vet. So then I went back to school, and it was kind of a circuitous route, but I got there, and I'm just so grateful. So I've been a vet basically for about 10 years now. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Funny how sometimes you have to take a left and a right before you find the right road.
Exactly. And
don't
I'm
you?
the better for it, to have a little
For
bit
sure.
of a varied experience, and I look on that every day.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Brings a different perspective to the table, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
How about if we take a quick break?